Stuck in Neutral by Terry Trueman is one of a handful of books that I would give to those folks who are wondering about the value of young adult literature. I speak with Terry Trueman about Stuck in Neutral and then about his other books and his projects coming up and then a little bit about boys and reading. This is www.spicyreads.org. I'm Ed Spicer. Thanks for stopping by.
Welcome to www.spicyreads.org, and I'm with Terry Trueman. Stuck in Neutral has been nominated for One City, One Read in our area a couple of times, and it's missed the final cut, which kind of irks me because I also know that is a book that will really attract adult readers as well.
Thank you.
I'm wondering if you've heard from any adults in addition to all the teens that you've heard from about your books.
I probably had 25,000 emails and letters in the last 10 years since the book came out. I'm not exaggerating. I was trying to figure it out. And you don't count 25,000 things one at a time. $1, $2, $25,000.
You said 25,000.
25,000 emails and letters.
Terry, tell us a little bit about the books you've written.
I have 6 novels in print right now. Stuck in Neutral, which was a Printz Honor book winner.
Deservedly so, in my mind.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I pay him to say these things. The second novel was Inside Out, a story about a boy with mental illness. Third novel is Cruise Control, which is a companion to Stuck in Neutral, not a sequel, but a book that's told in the same time frame. No Right Turn was my 4th novel. It's coming out in paperback this September 1st.
Woohoo!
And after that came 7 Days of the Hot Corner. When that's coming out in paperback, sooner rather than later, I hope. And my last novel was Hurricane, and about a year ago was published by HarperCollins.
What's new on the horizon?
In fact, I'm in a bit of a stalled place. The books I write, novels, are difficult. These hard economic times are a little bit less. People want more escapist sort of things. This is what my editor and publisher tells me. They want more escapist type of literature, things that get them away and entertain them and are funny. So I'm trying to do something for a little bit younger readers. I'm working on a trilogy of books that are based on this. I don't want to tell you too much about it yet, but based on this 11-year-old kid named Jesse Jones, Jonze Jones, who's been 11 for 383 and a half years, so he's a mutant. He lives forever.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
At 11 years old.
Yeah, stuck at 11. Stuck at 11. Should be stuck at 11, I guess, to stick with my title themes,
Yeah, and Neutral 11.
Yeah,
well, at least he's moved a little bit further than Sean.
11 miles an hour or something. Yeah.
Now, you called your novels problem novels. That I might use for them are novels that really attract the boy reader. When I look at the AP English classes and see 23 girls and 1 boy, that's got to concern.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about that?
I've tried to write a novel or two from a female point of view, and I don't think I'm as good at it. I think my work, boys are attracted to the novels I write. It would be great if I could write for girls, because girls read about 5 times the rate that boys do in this age group. The 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old age group. Girls are much more bigger readers. I think with boys you have to have a story that speaks to their own sense of issues, that speaks to their own sense of being invisible sometimes, or being confused and powerless, having things happen that they just can't control.
And at the same time loving those monster trucks and dinosaurs and...
Right, because, if you've got a dinosaur and a monster truck on your side, how can you lose?
There's no single definition that defines even that group, but there are some things that we do notice that attract boy readers.
Boys are going to like it. To the deep emotional heart of things, an emotional life, anger is pretty easy, laughter is pretty easy, pain and sadness is a little bit more difficult, but if you weave it in there and you present it in a way that seems really real and that somehow touches into their own sadness or their own laughter or rage or whatever, then I think that they're more likely to stick with you, give you a chance.
You'll be happy to know that in addition to having a very loyal group of boy readers, some who think that my only purpose in teen reading is to get your books to them first.
I really think that should be your only purpose, but do go on.
There are plenty of young women that I talk to that just love your work as well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, the motto, as you librarians know, is that girls will read books about boys, especially if they're boys that are sensitive or thoughtful or interesting boys, whereas boys won't read books about girls. You'll see a lot of girls walking around with copies of Stuck in Neutral, but you won't see very many boys with the Princess Diaries. So.
Right. Though I have discovered that, you can even get boys to do things like that, but it does require a hand sell. I mean, it's not like they're going to pick them up. The girls will see the book and they'll take it.
Right.
The boys, if you can convince them for one reason, hook or crook, they will try it as well.
Well, and as a teacher of first graders, I mean, that it's so important for them to develop basic skills early on. And young boys will read before they've been socialized into, it's not cool to read girls stuff. Before they get socialized into that, very strongly, they can read. They can develop their skills reading anything.
Right. And thanks for appearing on www.spicyreads.org.
Absolutely my honor.
Once again, that was Terry Trueman, the Printz Honor winning author, speaking here at www.spicyreads.org. I'm Ed Spicer. Thanks so much for stopping by.
And Spicy Reads is a great thing, and it's fun. It's good.